Well, that kind of messed up. Here, let's try this again. Voila.
You're muted.
Huh?
You're still muted. What's going on?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Wow, that was really kind of effed up right there a little bit. It's like it's supposed to automatically unmute itself after the intro, and it didn't. So I hit
Oh.
unmute, and it unmuted and muted again right away.
Oh.
Wow,
That's
what a
weird.
start. What a start. That's the ghost in the machine for you right there. Hey, everybody. Tony, Tanya. My God, who else is here? Cowboy John's here. Devil's Hour Productions is here. Tony York is here. Sarah's here. Let's see here. What? Man, this thing wants to work tonight. Here we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's see here. Devilish is here. Reverend Blue Jeans has been in here. I don't know if he's still here or not, but, you know, welcome, everybody. Rachel, howdy. Welcome to another episode of Ghost to Ghost PM, guys. As you can see, sitting right over here beside me, I got the beautiful Helena Wolf from Wolf on Paranormal, live from Finland. What's up, sweetie? How you been?
I've been doing okay. I've been editing for the first time in a while. And yeah, everything is actually going very well right now, so very excited. I can hear my own echo, so everyone, if I sound a little weird or slow, it's because I can hear my own voice, so that bothers me. But anyways.
You spent a lot of time here in America over the last year, so we expect you to be a little slow. Oh man, hey Jay, good to see you. Mystical, good to have you. Now there's always, for some reason, and I don't know if it's StreamYard, I don't know if it's YouTube, I don't know what it is, but for some reason there's always some type of an echo, either coming through
It's
my
a little
headphones
weird.
or Yeah, it's very weird. I've had all kinds of audio texts I've live chatted with, even on Facebook Messenger. We'll get echo sometimes, and they'll be sitting there saying, "Well, adjust this, fix this," and I do everything they tell me, and it's still echo, echo, echo.
Hmm.
One of these days, I'll be able to afford like top quality studio equipment, guys, and not like secondhand headphones and stuff, and we'll get this problem fixed.
It's
So,
a little bit like slowly. That's how I do it. I next thing I want to
yeah,
get is like a external microphone. You know, yeah, you can't always buy
oh yeah,
everything at once, so because it's expensive.
no, no, yeah. But what's more expensive are these trips to the U.S. you've been taking. It's been a
Oh,
year almost since I saw you, and you just came back again a couple months ago to work on a project.
yes.
How did that go? Because I heard through the grapevine during a live stream that you were working on a documentary.
Yes, that's true. So it's called Evil Unearthed, and he's in chat, Devil's Hour Productions. Um,
Awesome.
he's he's behind the whole thing alongside with Joe Vitale, Entity 7 Paranormal. And yeah, it's filmed in Monroe House. We were there for 3 days, or I think Joe was there for 4 days. And yeah, that was a whole another experience. And I never been part of a documentary before, so that was like a whole new thing for me too, to see like how everything like actually works.
Mm, yeah, yeah. That's something I've always wanted to do myself is work on a documentary. I mean, something that's going to be seen by thousands of people. I mean, I don't even care if it's a this kind of platform where you get paid for view or for whatever thousand views, but just to be able to have my name on something really important that's going to help people to understand or educate in some way, shape, or form. So
Yes,
yeah, it's got to be a
definitely.
blessing.
Yeah, it's amazing
Uh,
because we tell the truth, the real story, what happened with Monroe House, and all the paranormal evidence we got too. Like, it's
mm,
going to be so amazing, and I'm so happy I was part of it. Like, I still can't believe I was part of it.
let me see here. Should I call you Matt or Cookie Kitty Benton? Oh, ouch. Damn, ow.
Oh
Ow,
my god. It's
crap.
catching on. Yes.
And let the camaraderie begin. So, like I said, it's been a year since I seen you. You was up here last year. We done the Winchester Mansion together. Um, what have you been doing besides the documentary? I mean, we don't get to talk much with the time difference and scheduling and what the hell you been doing?
Well, after I came back to Finland, I didn't do much, but then I came back that fall, and I did a lot of investigations in America, actually. And some of them are, wait, let me think. No, actually, none of them are out yet. Yeah, no. So I'm still working on them. So there's at least 7 investigation videos coming out that I haven't posted, and they're all filmed last year.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
wow. So have you gone
I'm
back and
behind. I'm
investigated?
way behind.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's one way I feel like I'm blessed is when I go out and do an investigation, I've got like the word recognition software, so I can go through, plug my headphones in, and watch all my footage, and the computer will pick out the words out of a whisper or, you know, different things. I mean, that really helps me to get my editing done. I mean, I've caught flack from a lot of people editing so fast, and it's like I don't need to wait 2 or 3 or 4 weeks to put a video out. I can put one out in 72 hours or 48 hours or something like that because I know what I'm doing.
Mm.
So I've had a great
Yeah.
teacher in Danny, and and it's really kind of cool too because Matt just said you're going to be back in July.
Oh yeah. I will be back
You
in
know what?
July.
You know what? You know what happens in August, right?
Yes, and I really want to be
The
there
second
for
Ghostorama
Ghostorama.
for this year.
Yeah.
Yep, it's going to be at the Poorhouse Museum in Van Buren
Oh, it's
County,
not
and that is
okay. It's not at the Eden Springs.
no, that's in June. That's the first weekend of June.
Oh, I thought they both were in the same location.
No, no, we're trying to do 4 or 5 Ghostoramas in 4 or 5 different locations in the state of Michigan.
Oh, okay. That's actually kind of cool.
But yeah, well, yeah, the Poorhouse Museum is, I mean, that's 5 stories. That's like 40 some odd rooms plus a full basement. That's just, oh my God, that place is so frick. And especially after the roof got 3/4 of the way tore off last year in the storm, you don't think that didn't disrupt some spirits in there, having a place they've lived for over 100 years be virtually destroyed and then rebuilt.
I don't know if
I
you can
mean,
hear my cat.
yeah, well, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I keep mine pinned out of the studio. We're planning
Sorry.
to go Sunday morning at 9 Central. Greetings and salutations. Hey, Squatch, good to see you. Um, so, have you gone back to doing investigations in Finland since you got back home, or are you just kind of, you know, working on your pre-existing or pre-recorded stuff, or what have you been doing?
Yeah, I haven't been able to do any investigations here in Finland. Um, I had very rough time for a few months, and I was really focusing on myself and my health. And my dad died, and my mom got in hospital, and it was like just a whole
Oh my
mess.
God.
So I really couldn't even work on the already filmed videos. That's why I'm so behind. But everything is starting to look good again, and I've been editing, and there's actually 2 videos coming out very soon.
I'm sorry about your dad. I hope your mom's better though.
Oh, she's better. She's so much better. She's still in a hospital, but she gets better every day.
Yeah, that's one thing that I think all of us have to agree on is the fact that regardless of what we do, what we're involved in, whatever, real life has a tendency of sliding in and kicking us in the teeth once in a while and slowing us down and even breaking us down sometimes, and then we have to either build ourselves back up or just stay down. And that's never healthy to do, is to stay down. So
Yeah.
you say you've got several videos just waiting to come out. Let's talk about some of those locations.
Okay.
Like, what one? What have you got getting ready to come out?
I'm sorry.
What do you have investigation wise getting ready to come out?
Investigation wise, I have edited. Sorry, that was my cat. um,
Wow.
Eden Springs Park investigation. It's going to be 3-part series, and the first part is edited and ready to be premiered. I just don't know when yet. but most likely next weekend, week from now. That's like the only investigation
Cool.
video I have edited. And then now this my last trip, I filmed a vlog and behind the scenes for the Monroe House and the documentary behind the scenes thing. So I have that premiering hopefully tomorrow or Sunday.
Cool. Cool. So, for those that have never really had the chance to get to know Helena, what what got you interested in the paranormal?
Wow. I always been interested in creepy and spooky stuff. Since I was young, I've been like sensitive. I could sense stuff. I lived in a haunted house. For a long time, I kind of like closed myself a little bit and kind of like protect myself because I'm so sensitive. Sorry, I can hear my echo.
Hmm.
um, so I think it was like 6 months before I started. So I started in 2021 Halloween. That's when I like started. So maybe 6 months before I found like paranormal channels on YouTube, I started watching them and kind of got back in, and I was like, hey, this looks cool. I want to do something like this. So yeah, that's how I started my channel. I started doing it and I realized this is actually something I'm supposed to do.
Well put. Well put. I think most of us kind of feel that way after we've done it a few times and we realize we have a knack for it. I think maybe that's how
Mm,
most of us feel when we do it. So
yeah.
you've been going at this since 2021. You grew up in a haunted house. Tell us about that because I went through that experience as well. I not only grew up in one where three people had died, two girls committed suicide, and one old
Wow.
man starved to death. But when I moved out of there, I moved into here in America during the 19th century. We had these things called roadhouses, and when you have like a long journey between two, I'm going to air quote major cities, you had these stops for the stage coaches or whatever to stop at, people to get a meal, maybe get a bath, sleep for the night. And I lived in what used to be one of those old roadhouses, and the owner, Charles, had been shot and killed by two highwaymen and robbed, and he still lived in that house. And he would like he would turn on the water, he would flip a light on and off, maybe turn off the TV when you're watching TV, just things to let you know he was there. What were your experiences like as a child, um, growing up in a house that had activity in it? Hey, fishing.
So I was like teenager. We moved into this very old house. It was built in the 40s. Um, the upstairs had like very negative energy. Like back then, I didn't know if it was haunted or not. Like in my head, I was always thinking there's like monsters. Like I don't know, like I could like feel the energy, and especially my room, I was just scared. I never could really explain why, but like I entered the room and I just wanted to leave immediately. And
Hmm.
my whole life, I've seen night terrors, like kind of like nightmares, but
Hmm.
I'm like half awake, and I would like literally run and obviously hurt myself when I would bump into stuff. So it got so bad at this house that my mom had to start locking the door because there's like a staircase. Uh, I would like fall down like every night, and I would just wake up downstairs and holding my back, like, oh, like what happened? So my mom was just trying to protect me and start locking the door. But that was also kind of terrifying because I'm locked in the room with this whatever it is, because I was scared in there, and yeah, that that was like a whole nother nightmare in that house. I loved that house, but upstairs that was just like nah. So when I was older, the downstairs bedroom, which wasn't like we didn't use it, so later on, we kind of like changed up a little bit. So I moved there. So I got the downstairs bedroom for myself, and all the nightmares pretty much stopped almost completely.
So this entity that existed in the house only existed in the upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So then your parents never experienced anything. It was all pretty much you.
Yeah, my mom, she never, like, my mom has experienced paranormal before, and she believes in this stuff, but she didn't experience anything in the house. And that's actually her parents, my grandparents, used to live there. So my sister, I was talking to her kind of recently, like, I would be like interested, like, investigating this old house, you know? And like I told her, oh, like, I think there is something upstairs, you know? And then she was like, I saw a lot of nightmares there too. Like, she wouldn't see nightmares ever, but she would there when she would like visit our grandparents. She would see the nightmares. She's a lot older than me, so obviously I wasn't there when this happened. But when she was younger, you know, she had her own experiences there. So I'm not the only one.
Oh wow. Hmm. So how do you think that your experiences when you were little, how do you think they prepared you for what you do now?
Mm. Well, because I'm sensitive and empath, so I feel like it made me more careful because like I told, I it closed, like I have like a little protective shield around me. That's like something it did. So I want to kind of like open up that a little bit more because I know I have some gifts. Like I'm not a medium or anything like that, but I know I do have some gifts. So that's like my goal for this year to kind of open up more. So I feel like that's the only thing that it did. It just made me more protected maybe, but like also closed off from seeing and experiencing things. But I obviously believe because of what happened. It all makes sense now.
Hmm. So uh, I guess I guess what I was shooting for with that question is it terrified you so much when you're a teenager,
Mm.
and here you are, what, 10 years later, 12 years later. Um,
More than that.
really, I would have never. Okay, all right.
Yeah, because I was 11 when we moved there and 15 when I moved out. Now I'm 28. So I'm trying to
Okay,
count to the
about
math.
12, 13, 14, 15, something like that. Um, so it went from terrifying you when you were younger to you more so embracing it now, and finding yourself in searching for uh, this other existence, this other plane of existence, or this evidence that the paranormal actually exists.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's pretty cool, actually. I never thought about it from that angle. So,
Yeah, it's different when you're like sensitive and you like have gifts and you like it always affects everyone differently, you know. Some people like they
mm-hmm.
close off completely and they're completely like blocked out from the paranormal world and don't want anything to do with it and all that, but like for me it stayed there. Like I still feel things around me, I just, you know how to keep it away. That's how best I can explain it.
So you can actually block them out now.
Well, that's like naturally, but I feel like now I'm like opening up more. Now I'm maybe more in danger because like it's still all new to me opening up. Like I don't know, like I don't want to open up my mind too much. So yeah, like Monroe House, it's possibly something demonic. So I was very closed there, like automatically. Like I realized after we left, like wow, like I don't remember much because like I blocked a lot out. So watching back like the evidence, because we do evidence review stuff at Joe's and Matt's channel for channel members. So I've been watching these and being part of the evidence review, and I'm like, wow, I don't remember that, or things are coming back to me. I'm like, oh yeah, that happened, because I don't know, but I feel like it's part of like protecting me and mentally. But something was affecting
Hmm.
me for sure, like so, and that's gonna be in the documentary. I'm not gonna say too much, but
Yeah, don't let the cat out of the bag just yet. I mean,
it's crazy.
it's
Oh, there's so much I want to say, but I can't. I can't.
yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what you and Matt worked on together. That's going to be when I watched your live stream that time, and you was talking about work coming back to America to work on a documentary. It's like, oh, that lucky little shit. I can't wait to
Yeah.
see that. That has got to be awesome with her. With her holding the reins to the wagon, whipping the horses, doing all the filming and stuff. This should be interesting.
It's so interesting. We captured so much. There is the creep factor. It's amazing. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Orb Puff, good to see you, my friend. Um, so once you became an adult, 2021 rolls around. Uh, what? 2 years ago. So you were what? 26, or yeah.
Well, no. Like it was 2021 Halloween. So I kind of started, but like officially I started in 2022 January.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
do you remember your first investigation?
My first investigation was, I don't know, was it like investigation? So it was like a tour walk thingy, like this local paranormal investigators were like, hey, there's this haunted like hill forest area. So, pay like 20 euros and we have like people, like 20 people in that tour and just do like K2 and spirit box and all that. We got a lot of responses and I filmed it, like I asked permission. So it's on my channel. So that's like my first investigation, even though it's not actually investigation. So my very own investigation was at the demon house in Finland. And yeah, that was crazy. And that was like
Tell
a
us.
weird and scary move for someone who starts, who's a beginner in this, starting from something like that.
Hmm. So tell us about the demon house. just to get people a
So,
little bit familiar with, I know ghost hunting has to be different in Finland. I mean, uh, I couldn't go to Finland. At least I wouldn't think I'd be able to take my equipment to Finland and understand any responses that I would be
mm,
getting because, well, I don't speak Finnish. So
yeah.
that would be like me going to a Native American burial ground and trying to talk to Native American spirits. Are they going to respond to me in a language I understand, or are they going to respond to me in Native American? That would be the same
Mm.
question I had in Finland. So what's ghost hunting like in Finland? What's Demon House? Just tell us about that investigation.
Mm. So basically, these local paranormal investigators, they told me and my friend about this house, and because I asked, like, is there any location I could go to, like, for free? Like, is there abandoned places, anything? They told us to be careful because that place is not a joke. Like that, it's abandoned. It's breaking down. It's in very bad shape. So that's also why it's dangerous, but it's also dangerous because whatever is in there is mean and it can actually physically harm you. So our experience was you could just feel the whatever is in the house, like you can feel it watching you. And there is this one room, you just walk in and you kind of feel like you hit a wall. Like there is someone right there, right in front of your face. And it's terrifying. Like it makes you like panic, like you want to run. And nothing has to happen. Like it's calm. It could be like middle of the day, you know? You just you just get so scared all of a sudden. So it's like psychological haunting for the most part. Um, so we pretty much we spoke and asked questions in Finnish, but then these paranormal investigators that I know, they told me that the demons, like they claim there is three demons. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could be, but at least one of them speaks fluent English. So we wanted to try that. So that's why we spoke a lot English also because we tested it. We're like, do you speak English or do you understand English? And it would uh basically answer with a K2 spiking. Like touch the K2 if we can communicate with like talking English, and it was spiking all the sudden. And it's
Hmm.
abandoned place. They haven't had electricity, and everyone's phones were on airplane mode and everything. So I feel like that was confirmation. And we also got English EVPs and Spirit Box, not Spirit Box, but Necrophonic app on phone. It would say
Mm-hmm.
English responses. Um, but the house also has history. They had Russian lumberjacks, and they used to like live there and work, whatever, like a long time ago. So what's weird, like I never heard any Russian through Necrophonic, but in the
Mm-hmm.
house I did. There's so much Russian coming through. And that's also like
Wow.
confirmation to me because it's like what? Like it has history with like Russian lumberjacks and you just get Russian words coming through. That was super interesting.
Wow. Yeah, because I don't even think the Necrophonics app has now it may be different in Russia, but here, I think if I remember correctly on the Necrophonics, you can set it up for English only, or you can set it up for English, Spanish, and I think French.
Wait, you
And
can?
those are the only. things those are the only things that are available on mine. So that's actually
I
very
never did
interesting.
any settings, so I don't know.
Let me see here. I don't think making it through fire is being a whiny. No, no, I have to agree with that one, Jan. Jimmy went through a hell of a lot here in just a few short months, and yeah, he's wow, lost everything in a fire, and yeah, I don't. I think that pretty much qualifies as a good basis for you know not definitely not being whiny. Um, so I know when we talked last time, you told me there's not a lot of paranormal groups in Finland.
Mm.
Um, how many different groups have you had a chance to work with over there?
Zero. No, actually, one. It's the ones that I've been talking to, and it's so I did the ghost walk tour at the haunted Hillfort area with them, and we've been talking about possibly collabing at some point. And there's like I don't know how much I can say, but there's going to be like interview with very big YouTuber. They've been on TV also. They're from Finland, so that's going to be on my channel. It's going to be a
Oh
pre-recorded
wow.
thing because it's going to be in Finnish, so I'm going to add subtitles so my audience can understand because it's mostly Americans and yeah. So that's
Yeah,
something
I was
that's coming
actually
up.
going to bring that up. Cool, cool. Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up during the interview. The fact that you also um, conduct interviews and uh, on your channel and talk to different people from different places in around the world, and
Hmm.
it just I lurk once in a while. I'll come in, I'll hit the little thumbs up, and just sit back and listen to you know but with people like Danny and some of the others that the ones that have been doing this for 20, 25, 30 years, um, they taught me that there was a good reason God gave me one of these and two of these. Once in a while, shut this one and use these more. So I just kind of
Yeah.
sit back and listen and learn. Um,
Mm.
so how many places then since we'll say January 2022? How many places have you had a chance to investigate?
Oh, let me think. I'm gonna
Because I know
count, so
when I
that's
met
gonna
you,
take a
you were
while.
pretty active. Okay.
9. All in America.
Hmm. So when you were here last year, when I met you at Winchester, where else did you have a chance to investigate here?
So the first time I visited for paranormal, so before we did the Winchester, we did my first ever official investigation in America was Stimson Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Winchester Mansion, um, then Fowler Theater, Benton County Jail, obviously Eden Springs Park. I think that was everything for that summer. And then the next time I came back, it was that fall. Oh, that's loud. um, so I came back and we did Hinsdale House, Chase Manor, Randolph County Infirmary, Whispers Estate. I think I
Wow.
said all of them.
You stayed pretty busy while you were here.
Yeah. I wanted to do as many investigations as I could, while being in there because it's not cheap to travel. So,
Yeah. What does it cost you to come over here round trip?
it really depends on the airport because bigger airports are cheaper. So round trip can be like around $600 to $900, but it can be also over 1,000. Like the last time, and I got donations for that one. We did the live stream, and people donated to my PayPal, and made the documentary happen, or my part of it, because it was
Hmm.
like so short notice. So we were like, I was a little bit hesitant asking for money, but um yeah, but it was amazing. The support was insane, and people really wanted me to be part of it, and they made it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And they're gonna get
this is
credit.
my set.
Everyone who donated, they're gonna get credit in the documentary.
Oh yeah, most definitely, definitely hand out
Yeah,
those,
we
that credit
write
stuff.
down every name, and everyone who donated more than $100 gets Matt. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's producer title producer if you donate more than $100. Yeah,
Hmm.
Matt is in the chat. Devil's Hour Productions, so he's
Yeah. Yeah.
whose a
Matt
documentary
seems like
this
a
is.
pretty intelligent person. So I hope
Hmm.
to meet him
His
sometime.
work is amazing.
Um. Um. Yeah, they got producer credit. Yeah. Yeah, because I know that my friend that lives in England, that comes over here every spring, it costs him right at $1,000 to fly from Heathrow Airport in London to Detroit or Chicago, either one, whichever one he lands in, and then fly from there to just 40 minutes south of me for us to go pick him up. So, yeah, that's why I
Well,
was wondering
yeah,
what it cost from Finland to
yeah, it
fly
was very
over.
expensive because I didn't fly to like big airport. I flew to Indianapolis, so I think it was like 1,300 or something, and then 100 went to like train and bus to the airport. So it was like 1,400 in total.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
So that was
Indianapolis is
crazy.
only 3 hours south of me. I used to live not very far from Indianapolis International Airport. So, matter of fact, I used to go out and park on top of the parking garage at night when I couldn't sleep and just watch planes come in and out.
Wow.
When you flew into Indianapolis, you were just yeah. JJ said when you flew into Indianapolis, you were only 2 hours from her.
Wow.
Yeah, she just lives a little bit southeast of there. So wow. So you're planning on coming back in July. What does Matt have planned for you for that trip? He
Oh,
just
we
said
have
something
so
about
much
you get
planned.
to. He says you get to investigate the west side of America this time.
Yes, I've never been there before. That's my first time.
There's a lot of places. There's a lot of places. One place out west I would really like to go is the Washoe Club.
I don't know how much
I
I can
know that
say. We might, what go there.
I know another another place. I'm not going to bring up any of the past or anything like that, but somebody else we know just got done doing the Belisca Axmore House and stuff like that. That's another place I would really like to go to. Only
That's my
because
dream location.
yeah, see that place
Of one
and
of
Lizzie
them.
Borden House are so close in the evidence and the mystery behind what happened at them. And
Mm.
I really kind of think that I honestly, in my opinion, I believe that it was done by somebody just riding the railroad. They back in that time period, it was very common for people for criminals to just jump on a boxcar and ride to a town. They'd pull off a robbery, pull off rape, rob a house, whatever, and then jump right back on the next train and go to the city. They didn't have
Wow.
fingerprinting back then. They didn't have DNA back then, so it was real easy to commit a crime and just jump back on the train and roll on. You could find some back alley dealer to buy your jewelry or whatever from you, and that's just. Let me see here. Looking forward to a trip, seeing what you find. You guys long distance met. Um, yes, for right now, Sarah, that will change when I'm out of the Marine Corps. January 2026. Very cool. Another Marine. I like that. I'm ex-Army myself, but it seems like most of my best friends are gunny sergeants with the Marine Corps, so I don't know. That's cool. We live there. Thank you for your service. Definitely thank you for your service, my friend. So, okay, let me see if I can rephrase that question. What, and maybe Matt can pop in here and say something. Um, what states are you planning to take Helena to for this Western U.S. investigation?
So we're planning on the very beginning of July. So I don't know yet, like Matt didn't tell me the dates yet because he literally just, got confirmation for the days he gets, free from the military. So um yeah, I don't know exact days because he haven't told me yet. But most likely I'm going to be there for 4th of July. Because last time I left just before, it was like July 2nd. So it'd be cool to see 4th of July.
Yeah, you'll
Experience
enjoy
them.
that. You'll definitely enjoy Fourth of July in America. The fireworks, the parties, the you know. I can't imagine. He said he's going to take you to Nevada and California.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely some pretty key places there that you can investigate. I want to get down to Arizona.
Mm.
Not only Tombstone, but Tucson. I made a promise, and I think he's still in here hiding somewhere. Santee from Arizona Ghost Riders. I made a promise to him 2 years ago that if I ever got to Tucson, I was bringing all my equipment, and we were going to go out to the spot where um, Bill Brazelton was actually killed at just outside of Tucson. So, And for those of you that don't know, Bill Brazelton is the ghost that you will see in a lot of videos. That is Brazen William Whitney Brazelton. Um, Whiskey drinking, cigar smoking, cookie eating, pain in the pooper. All right, Sarah, you have yourself a good evening. Thank you for coming in, honey. Have a good evening and enjoy your weekend. I know Monday's back to work for you for the next couple of weeks, at least till school's out. So I know there's a lot of educators that are waiting for that time to end. But you take care.
Matt said that she'll be here longer than we expected. What are you talking about, Matt? Because we're talking about like a week. Is it longer than a week? What's going on? Because I don't know.
Hey, Templar. Surprise!
Yeah, surprise! I have no idea, but I'm going. No matter what.
More like 9 days now, babe, he said.
Babe.
Babe. That's so cute.
Babe. No, but yeah, wow, 9 days. Wow. That's actually pretty cool.
You know what'd be even better? 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Jan, she is just as amazing face to face as she is on here. I completely fell in love with this girl when I met her at Winchester Mansion when we done it in Elkhart last year. I mean, I already loved her to pieces just from watching the videos and talking to her, but actually meeting her face to face, one of the most amazing people I think I've ever met, and a truckload of fun to hang with. This girl has bigger balls than most men I've met. I mean, she's not afraid of nothing.
Yeah, that is true.
I
I'm
mean,
not.
furniture could be flying around the room, and Helena would grab the K2 meter, do a marine roll into the room, and land on her belly and be K2 meter doing this, you know. I mean, she's just
Pretty much. Like, seriously, like, I'm still waiting for, like, a demon to throw me. You know, I start levitating.
They usually don't stop with the levitating thing, though. They kind of, you know, make you spin around, throw up green crap. Your head spin around and make weird popping sounds. You know, they don't usually stop with the levitating thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt says my kind of girl. You say that to all the pretty girls, Drew. I remember you saying that to me. Yeah, you got some pretty big balls too, Jan. You're not afraid of much. That's one thing that amazes me about a lot of women that are into the paranormal is, you know, us guys try to be, you know, alert, know what's going on, you know, try to not take unnecessary chances, but at the same time get the job done. You girls just charge in headstrong and leave us guys in the dirt. We're trying to run behind you to catch up. So yeah, exactly, Templar, or throw you 3 or 4 feet. That's another thing demons are really good at, picking you up and flinging you across a room. And she's skinny as a rail anyway, so our luck, she'd get stuck in a keyhole or something. We don't get scared shitless. I don't know how you can say we get scared.
I do
I'm
get
the guy
scared.
that goes out and
I do get
challenges
scared.
demons.
But, you know,
Do you
I
get
love
scared?
the fear.
Don't show it.
Like, I want
But
the fear.
you're very, very good at hiding your fear.
Oh, yeah, I am. I know. I freeze. Like if I'm scared, I freeze. Like you can't tell I'm scared. That's actually kind of interesting. People are like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're just nothing's happening," but like inside, I'm just like, "Oh my God." But like I'm not leaving because I want it to happen. Like I want to get scared. I enjoy that feeling.
Hmm. Yeah, Matt says I'm very desensitized from the paranormal.
Me
In
too.
a way, that's
Recently.
kind of how I am. After dying and coming back and dying again and coming back, I've talked to so many people that kind of sort of agree that when you do die, a part of you stays behind. So it really honestly don't bother me to go out and challenge or come on, we didn't come out here tonight to try to film cowards. We came out here to try to film, some activities, something that's going to let us know it's here, not something that's going to hide in the shadows like a whiny baby that's afraid of a stranger. It's, I believe I said it correctly. Jay has had his skin turn inside out over nothing. I haven't been scared yet from any entity. I lived in a house with 5 PMSing women. There is nothing left in life to fear. Yeah, that's yeah. When people ask me if hunting ghosts scare me, I usually tell them I've died twice and been married twice. And what's left to fear in this world? So, God, let's see here. Um, the documentary that you guys did. I know you came into a lot of detail on the documentary, but uh, can you tell us a little bit about um, what kind of direct activity you guys ran into, what kind of responses you got, what kind of evidence that you was able to run across uh, uh, while you were filming the documentary?
I can't
I mean,
really
without
say
going
too
into a lot
much.
of sensitive.
I feel
Did
like
he make you sign
everything.
a
Like
non-disclosure
no, no, we didn't do anything like that. Um, but so much happened. Like I feel like EVPs, spirit boxes, and we had crazy Estes method that's just like scared the shit out of me. Like Matt scared the shit out of me. So that's going to be in a documentary. Yeah, it's I, I don't know how much to say, but yeah, it was crazy.
See,
A lot
I
happened.
love the Estes method. I love the Estes method. One thing I am very eager to try sometime is what they call the Three Kings, and that's when you take two full-length mirrors and you put them in a very small room facing each other, and then you sit in between them.
Oh
So
yeah.
one mirror's reflect. Yeah, it's supposed to be opening a continuous portal, and you're placing yourself in the center of the portal to try to be able to communicate both ways through the portal.
I've done the where you stare at a mirror, you stare at yourself so long your face starts to change. Like it's not your face
Mm-hmm.
anymore. I did that once at Randolph County Infirmary. That was terrifying. Like I literally my face changed. Like I didn't have eyes. Like I had everything else, but I didn't have eyes. But I still saw myself. So that was terrifying.
Oh wow,
Yeah, I don't remember
very
what's that
interesting.
called, but you stare at yourself. Sometimes you look at yourself and you turn into possibly spirit that is haunts this place or whatever. But I don't know what it means that I was staring at myself so long that my eyes just disappeared. Maybe that's just my mind,
Oh
but it
wow.
was still scary. It still haunts me.
Sorry, a message from Annie about Ghosterama. Um, doing a ghost to ghost episode right now. Get back with you soon. Oh, so so I guess you're going to be here for a whole 9 days. Wow. Um.
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay.
Hell
Scrying.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
All right.
scrying.
Yeah, I've actually been I've been looking for somebody that has their own spirit board, not a Ouija board, but an actual spirit board that can scry on it. Um, use the pendulum to get the answers instead of using the
Mm.
Blanchett.
Yeah, I
Take
always
your
wanted to
time.
try that.
See.
The pendulum.
Me too. Take care, Tony. We'll catch you later, bud.
I'm gonna take a picture of this
Um,
and share it out.
there's a scientific
Get people in
explanation to
here.
why that happens. There's a scientific explanation to why that happens when you stare into a mirror.
Mm.
Hmm.
That's what I figured. That's why I didn't say it was paranormal. I was like, it's my mind doing it. So,
And see, that's really funny because the mind does find ways of. They say the mind is the greatest supercomputer that we have. It can do things without you wanting it to do things.
oh yeah.
Um, I ran into that when I was in my coma because I was in a complete coma for 10 days. But when I came back out of that coma, I had memories that I shouldn't have. And
Mm.
of course, the medical field called coma psychosis. But most people just believe that your mind actually physically records everything you go through, and there's no psychosis to it. That
Oh yeah.
you can actually travel out of your body, you can travel to different locations because the brain is always looking for input. So it finds a way to get its input.
Mm.
Um,
That is
your
very
eyes are
interesting.
always meant to be moving. If your eyes stay stagnant, you start to hallucinate. Makes sense. It's kind of like
Yeah.
going for 7 or 8 days without sleep. I
Mm.
believe after the sixth day, you start to hallucinate, and then by the eighth or ninth day, your brain has a hard time telling fantasy from reality.
Yeah. For me, it
The
takes 2 days,
hallucinations
like
occur too.
investigating. I start seeing shit. I don't know if I actually see them, if my like wall just comes down and I actually start seeing what's there, But or I'm just hallucinating, like I'm just making these things in my head. But
Hmm.
like after 2 days of like back-to-back investigations, I'm just like seeing things. That's crazy.
Yeah, like pareidolia. Yeah, exactly, Templar.
Yeah. Pareidolia.
Oh, so I like to always, when I'm getting close to the end of an interview, I love to always ask the question, where are some places, if money was no object, where are some places that you would like to go and investigate? And
Mm.
why?
Well, one I really want to go to is Suicide Forest in Japan and Asia in general. Like Asian people are very spiritual, so Asian countries are really haunted for this reason. The
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of like spirituality, and the haunting is different and more intense. What I heard from people, so
Mm-hmm.
I really want to experience
Yeah,
that. So travel
heard the
to
same thing.
Japan and South Korea and China also.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, the Asian culture being one of the, again, air quotes, oldest cultures and the most spiritually bound. Um, they, in a sense, I know you've seen The Grudge,
Hmm.
the movie The Grudge.
Yeah.
Um, a little curse, a little demon spirit, a little. They were very big into cursing, a lot like certain witch coven. I'm not going to use Wiccan because that's a modern term. Witch covens, darker covens would play with cursing individuals and things like that. The Asian culture was a lot like that, and if you wronged me, or you wronged my family, or you dishonored us, we are going to curse your family. We're going to curse you. We're going to curse your seed, whatever. So yeah, I can see that very strong. And Suicide Forest has always fascinated me. You know, what is it about that place that draws these people in to end their lives in the confines of that forest?
Yeah.
You stare at a doll for a long time, you will imagine it moving. It's the same thing. Makes sense.
Hmm. I feel like
Any place else?
everything, not just
Oh,
dolls, like
okay.
just stare at one thing. Yeah. That happens like in a dark. You see like a pile of clothes, you think, wait, is that a person? You keep staring at it, it starts looking like it's actually forming and like moving. And then you put lights on, it's just pile of clothes, for example, you know? It's just your eyes plays a trick on you.
Yeah. Well, and I mean it's the same thing as human beings when we look at something, whether it's the way the fibers are laying on a carpet, or the way that granite veins run through a mountainside or something like that, or even clouds. If we stare at them long enough, we can find a face in them. We automatically try to find a living something in each of these things, and it usually comes out to be two eyes, a brow line, maybe a nose and a mouth, or something like that. That's how people see all these images in clouds and things like that. Um, I'm sorry, guys. I'm in the. Okay, your boyfriend. Oh, so any place else that you're really interested in going to visit?
Um, well, outside of America, I really want to go to like Ireland. That's like one thing, or UK, like just everything in that, like there's so much history. Then obviously Sweden and Norway, those are like really interesting. And
Oh, wow.
how you say it in English? Chernobyl?
Chernobyl.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's like I really want to go to. Like just see that and yeah.
Let me see here. Matt just said, "I'm sorry, guys. I ruined the fun when it comes to debunking." I don't know. I don't know if it's possible to ruin the fun, Matt. I really honestly don't,
No.
because every good paranormal investigator is part diehard investigator, part skeptic. I mean,
Debunking
when you
is
see
part of what
something,
we do.
yeah, exactly. You
And
have to
that proves you're
find
a
the
good
real
paranormal
evidence.
investigator. You want the real
Mm-hmm.
evidence. You're not ruining the fun,
Yep.
you're stating facts.
Yep. Yep. Because
Yeah.
if you're not
Some people get mad,
debunking what you're
but
finding,
yeah.
yeah, I hate to ruin it for you, Matt, but that's not a buzzkill, bud. Um, because even I don't want to be that guy that puts stuff on film that I think is real, and then have somebody else who may be a little bit more withdrawn from it to look at it and say, oh, that's self explanatory. Oh, that's easily explained. Oh, that was this. Oh, that was that. That's like the last video we done here a couple weeks ago when I got startled at the very end of the video, and JJ actually pointed it out to me. I heard something moving towards me. I seen a shadow, darker than dark, the dark around it, moving at me. And just as I jerked, there was an orb right in front of where I was at. A huge orb, like the size of a human head. And I turned, and it was gone that quick. But Jan, because
Wow.
I went through and I clipped it and I froze it and I framed it, she was able to spot an actual face in that orb.
Wow. That's
So,
crazy.
I just thought it was a light anomaly of one kind or another, but she actually spotted a face in that orb, and I mean it was that quick. It
Yeah.
took me probably a half hour to freeze frame that film in that one spot where you could see that light anomaly, and I'll be damned if she didn't spot the face in it.
Wow.
So, and I couldn't even do that. So, cheers to Jan.
Oh, Nick
Myers
is in chat.
Paranormal, howdy, howdy. Good to see you, boy who cried nerf. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you too. Let me
Thanks for
see
being
here.
here.
Doing great. Got great news today. I'm so happy. What was your great news? What was your great news, Matt?
Maybe it was the I'm able to stay there for long and we have investigation booked.
But
I
you
kind of like
you
already said
realize
what it
that
was earlier.
you realize that if you come over here and he hides your passport, you're going to stay until you find your passport.
Oh.
I mean, a great game of hide and seek keeps any relationship strong. So if he hides your
Mm.
passport somewhere, you
Well,
can't
he's
leave
in
till
a
you find
Marine
it.
Corps, so
Oh, they're all
yeah.
about games and tricks there. That's why I love Marines so much. They're all
Yeah,
about
I
screwing
can't stay long
people and
because,
having fun.
he has to go back.
Easter, saying channel name. Easier than saying the channel name. Nick or Nerf. Okay, I can accept that. Helena gets to stay over here along with me, which is really, really cool. Where are you stationed at, Matt? Okay, I don't know. I don't know if Matt don't want to put that up there or not. So, stuck on base. I didn't have to stay in barracks. She could stay as long as she wants. I'm currently stationed Camp Pendleton. All right, all right. Very cool. Very cool. Um, well, does anybody have any questions for Helena? I'm pretty much at my end here because there's a lot of things she just can't talk about. I
Mm,
mean,
yeah.
I could probably twist her arm a little bit if you know Matt wasn't in here. You want to watch him, but you know, I don't get to twist her arm, and so do I have any questions for Helena before we cut this off?
Yeah, there's
And I mean,
so
you
much
know,
I want to say, but you know, we could have
she's a
to keep
big
the
deal.
you know, we have to keep
Said
people
she's a
like, oh
big
my
deal.
gosh.
He said she's a big deal. She can't talk too much about it. And I don't want her to let the cat out of the bag, dude. I really honestly don't because that kind of ruins it if you go into a if the video premieres or the documentary premieres and you know people have an idea what they're going to be looking for in the video they know already. It kind of ruins the excitement of it. So yeah, I understand that. I don't want her to go into that much detail about it.
Yeah,
What's
because this
a
is bigger
dream piece
production
of
too.
yeah?
Like,
Um,
it's not just like YouTube video. This is like this is actual documentary. So,
Nerf asked, "What's a dream piece of evidence you could capture that would be like that would make you be like, yes, I got it."
I think that would be like, well, full body apparition, like actual like a person, but also like crystal clear EVP, like sentence, someone saying like actually something about themselves or their life story or something like something you just know like wow. But like I feel like it's the
Hmm.
full body apparition that would be like you just capture
Oh my
like
God, yes.
person on camera. That's there's nothing better than that.
Very true. I have to agree with that one. To catch a full body apparition on film right there where you can see it would just be. I mean, I'd be even be happy with a very prominent shadow figure
Mm.
where you can
Oh yeah.
actually see the full outline.
I mean, I did
Hey, Ian, good to
capture
see you, bud.
something weird at the demon house, but like I don't know if they're like debunkable. It's, you know, kind of like shadow and this one thing looked like eyes, like just eyeballs just moving like a snake. And like I don't know how you can debunk like what is that if it's not eyeballs? Like it was middle of the winter too, so it's not an animal like snake or anything moving like in it was in basement. So I
Now,
have no
Demon
idea
House,
what
that
that
was the
was.
one there in Finland. Do they
Yeah, in
have
Finland.
legends of? Do they have legends of little people in Finland?
Yeah, some like very old like stories, but they're kind of like dying. Like all that part is just nobody talks about this stuff anymore, and that's like something I want to talk about on my channel, like cryptids and what is the other word? Like mythological creatures. There's so much in Finland, but like we just don't talk about it anymore. It's like because it used to be like a thing, like you used to tell these stories to your children, but like not anymore. So it's kind of sad. I want to keep
What
that alive
what
and
kind
bring
of
that to the world too, like outside of
yeah,
Finland.
yeah, what not kind of cryptids do you have in Finland that maybe aren't seen in other parts of the world?
Oh my gosh, there's like I don't remember anything by name. My internet is so slow. I could open another tab, but it would mess this up. So, um, but there's everything like forest, sea, like everything has like their own creatures, and yeah, there's like a whole story about them too. Like it's so much. Like if I go into detail, like yeah, that could be like one series I could do on my channel because that's like hours of,
Good
because
idea.
there's so much stories.
That's a great
Because I
idea,
didn't
actually, to
know.
share the
I didn't
folklore
know
and the
we had these
legends and the
things.
myths of Finland.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, Nerf said, "Please tell me there's a Finnish Bigfoot."
I think so, yeah. But like in America, I feel like skinwalkers and Bigfoot, they're like a big thing. Like everyone is doing videos about them. Like it's like trending right now. We don't have that in Finland. Like I had to actually Google, like, do we have Bigfoot? Like, do we have something like that? And then old stories from way back in the day would pop up, but nothing recent.
Let me see here. I got a little bit faster internet. Let me see here.
Oh, hi, Dom.
Bigfoot in Finland. Spinny, spinny, spinny. Let's see here. That looks like an interesting one right there. Make sure I clicked it. Yep. Um, let's
Can you
see
give me a
here.
second? I will be back in 1 minute.
Okay, that's fine. The wide lakes and dense forests of Finland have always had a strong fascination and mysticism to those who live there, have inspired many mythological creatures and figures, some of them good-natured. Others are best avoided at all costs. These are some of the most amazing creatures of the forests and waters of Finnish mythology. Hisi. In ancient mythology, the Hisi was a spirit who resided in wooded hills and groves, and among other things created horses and was commonly associated with hoofed animals. He was said to own an elk with 100 horns and a horse with the head of stone, a back made of wood and feet of iron, and a muzzle of fire. Christian missionaries interpreted Hisi as a bad spirit, so he is now depicted as a monstrous creature who attacks travelers, steals from houses, and throws boulders into fields. The Hisi is also infamous that Finnish translations of Tolkien's book renamed goblins Hisi.
I'm back.
Um, Hi, Haltiha, Haltija,
Haldia.
Altija.
Yeah, Haldia.
That's the Finnish equivalent of elves, brownies, or gnomes. Okay, got that. Oh, they got will-o-wisps in Finland. How about that? We have those all over the world.
What is that?
Will-o-wisp. These spirits sometimes personify Finnish mythology as the limpo, usually appear as balls of light hovering above lakes. While they are rumored to lead the way to
Oh,
treasure, They're actually evil spirits who lead people to danger. Even today, they are most commonly sighted around fish lakes during midsummer.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard of this one.
That's the Peikko, Peikko.
Wait, what?
Uh, Peikko.
Peikko.
Peikko. Fearsome creature similar to a giant who can change size, turn invisible, sleep in the form of a rocky landscape for hundreds of years at a time, and even made holes in children's teeth.
Yeah, that's why I call like the
This
tooth peikko. It's if you don't
okay?
brush teeth, this
Yeah,
creature will come and make holes in your teeth.
the ecoturso, Ikuturso, ecoturso, appearing in the Kalevala,
Kalevala?
Kalev, Kalevala. He and his brethren, the Tursa, are somewhat similar to the Kraken or the Loch Ness monster, resembling a giant octopus, sometimes with dragon-like wings. Ecoturso is such integral figure of Finnish mythology that he has had a submarine, video game characters, asteroid, heavy metal bands, and a brand of ale named after him. Wow. So yeah, there's a lot, and like I said, like you guys seen, if you simply go on to Google and type in Bigfoot in Finland, you'll find a real long list of Finnish
Or just
mythological creatures and
cryptids
stuff
or
like that.
mythological creature. Finnish mythological
Yeah,
creatures.
but yeah, I
It's a
agree. I think that
long
would be a
list.
very interesting new thing to feature on your channel.
Definitely.
Let me
I'm doing the live stream,
see.
the interview series right now. But maybe at some point I will, talk about and also finish serial killers. Because I was wondering, do we have serial killers in here? We do.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't know either because it's very rare. It's not common. So I looked at the list. Some of them were like way back in the day. Some of them like are more recent cases, but like there's a lot. It's kind of cool. Cool. But
Yeah.
I didn't
Well, I
know.
mean, yeah, yeah, exactly. And also, hello Mayhem, hello 13 Spirits. I wasn't ignoring you guys. I was just had my brain locked onto something and had to go check it out. But yeah, that's like in America. I done a video a year or so ago on. I was originally looking for America's first serial killers, and I had to go all the way back to the days of the Revolutionary War. The 1760s, 1770s, and it was the Hart brothers. They would just indiscriminately kill anyone. I mean, one of them actually killed their infant child for crying too loud. So, I
I
mean,
am
they.
very into like a true crime, and I don't know how I found this one channel. I watched one video and now I get just recommended like more and more. Oh, by the way, the time is 333. Matt knows. I keep seeing
Yep,
that number.
yep.
He says that number all the time. 333.
It's
Anyways, sorry.
it's
I had to say it.
2033 now.
But yeah, the serial killer and true crime documentaries and these evil things people would do. And this one
Hey,
channel
Crystal.
specializes to cases with children. like, kids as victims, it's so disturbing. And like, I'm so sensitive, like I can't watch it, like I cry. And even though I tell myself like I shouldn't be watching this because it affects me mentally, but like I'm just I get addicted, like I have to see it and I have to watch it. And I don't know how my mind works, but there's so much
Oh,
evil in the world.
that's actually part of being a sensitive. That's part of being a sensitive. Is when you start to watch those shows, and I do it. My wife loves cold case murders and uh, unsolved crimes and stuff like that. And I'll
Yeah,
start
me too.
watching the shows with her, and I have to leave the room because I get so overcome by the story that I start to feel, especially when you have when it was such a heinous, terrible crime that the police officer that they're interviewing starts to break down and cry.
Hmm.
It just, I mean, that's like watching a soldier cry to me. These are people who are trained to not let their emotions get involved. But this thing was
Yeah.
so terrible that he just starts to sob and has to turn away and wipe his eyes and stuff.
That tells you like
So,
how real it is, that it's real emotion.
mhm.
And
Let me
even the
see here.
most trained people break. Everyone has their breaking
Yeah,
point.
they do. I agree with you, Matt. I agree with you 100%, dude. The soul can't get much more beautiful. You're absolutely right.
Oh, thank
And of
you.
course, Nerf just sat up here and he said he's a serial killer. Um, you know, Cocoa
Cereal.
Puffs, Honey
But
Nut Cheerios, Honey Bunches of Oats, any kind of cereal he can get his hands on, he's killing it. True crime. True crime is fascinating. True crime is fascinating, and exactly, Matt. You are trained that way. I was trained that way. I never saw my dad cry. My dad was in during Vietnam, and I never seen my dad cry until my grandfather died. And I lost my mind because I was 13 years old, and it was the first time I ever seen a tear in my dad's eye, and I didn't know what to think. Nothing but anger took over because something hurt my dad. So you're absolutely right. We're trained not to show that emotion, and when something hits you so hard that it makes you, you just don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Supposedly there were 500 serial killers active in the U.S. at any given time, or so they say. I'd have to see that.
That's why
I'd have to see that.
because I remember I told people like, um, Finland is very safe country, and America, I feel like it's not safe. And people try to like calm me down, like, oh, it's not that bad. They're like, oh, it depends where you live, and da da da. But like the crime is still higher, and there is serial killers, like active serial killers in Finland. Finland, I mean America. Like we don't have those in Finland. So, of course, for me, America is unsafe. Like no matter what you say, like, oh, it's just da da da. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
what I'm
and
saying, but
yeah, no, in a sense you're right because to somebody who comes from a country who has very stringent gun laws and here in America, and I don't know if we have anybody in the chat from Texas, but Texas is its own little country. It may be our biggest state next to Alaska, but it's its own little country because you can't walk down the street in Texas anywhere without running into at least three people who are openly carrying a handgun. I did it when I lived in Texas. I wore a pair of six shooters on me at all times. with my
Mm.
Levi jacket, with my cowboy hat. My buddy that just went back to England. He's used to coming from a place where only half your police officers are armed, and he comes to America to stay for 2 weeks, and every police officer's carrying a gun, and half the people he bumps into at the grocery store has a gun on.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't carry
So,
guns
but
in Finland. People have guns, but it's for hunting. But we don't like really have like it's not the same as in America because we don't need guns. There's no crime. Like there's crime sometimes, but not really. So yeah, it is scary world out there. No matter what everyone keeps telling me, it is safe. No, it's not.
well, and in the defense of a lot of Americans, and I'm sure that most of our people in here, we were just talking about this in this morning's live stream. But I've seen the time where um, a person carrying a gun in a grocery store, just having that gun on and never touching it, just having it in plain view, has stopped a potential robbery.
Mm.
Because a person wants to steal from somebody, rob somebody that can't defend themselves. But if that person pulls out a gun and points it at that cashier, and all of a sudden they hear, and they turn around, there's like 9 guns pointed at them, that kind of takes the fun out of being able to, take advantage of somebody that's weaker than you because they've got 9 people behind them that's watching their back. So,
Hmm.
yes, I can see why a lot of people feel that it is more dangerous when you're not used to living in a situation like that. But at the same time,
Yeah.
it was just on the news here not very long ago where a guy tried to rob a gas station and he was shot by another customer. The guy was licensed to carry, and he yelled at the dude to stop, drop his gun, and get on the floor. The guy turned around, fired once. Dude shot him right in the chest, dropped him right there in front of the cashier, and he's being dubbed a hero.
Hmm.
So it works both ways. It works both ways. Let me see here. Concealed carry. I open carry. Here in Michigan, you don't need to register your firearms or anything for open carry. You do have to register them for concealed carry. That's why my tack vest, the holster actually velcros right here on my tack vest, so it's always in open view. um, all right, Jan and Jay, I know you guys are already gone, but y'all have a great evening. I got to go to work early tomorrow too. So I'm gonna be into
I need
this
to wake
here.
up early too. It's 3:42 a.m. here, so I need to go
Yeah.
sleep soon.
So you're 7 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
Well, happy Saturday to you.
Thank you.
I'd rather have a gun at the ready when I need to be in a fight, aware mode. Exactly, and that's exactly that's exactly how I feel. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Oh wow,
Let me see
Templars
here. As of
common.
12/22/2020, the U.S. has had 3,204 serial killers in its history. Wow. I didn't realize it was that many, but wow.
That's crazy.
But all right, guys,
I was surprised by the number of
go on, honey.
serial
I'm sorry.
killers we had in Finland, but that is just next level.
Well, yeah, but if I remember my geography properly, I think Finland's only about that big, isn't it? I mean, doesn't the
I
entire
mean,
country of Finland fit inside Michigan?
there's so many countries that are so much smaller than Finland, but it's like on a map it looks different. Like I don't know, like Australia looks like a little island, but Australia is actually huge. So I don't
Yeah,
know. We have 6 or 7 million people in Finland, so we don't have many people.
yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Hell, we've got what 5 million people, I think, or 4 million people in Detroit, Michigan alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we've got like 30 million people or something like that in the state of Michigan. 25 million something.
So
So,
yeah, that
but
also
yeah, I
makes
mean
sense.
Yeah,
Of course you have
Scotland
more
is
crime.
very small. So,
Mm.
oh yeah, definitely. Well, that makes sense because we're the third most populated country in the world. You have to take that as a factor. Very true.
Exactly.
I believe it said Finland. Templar said he believes it said Finland has had 9 serial killers.
Uh, 9. I don't remember the exact number because I checked the list once, but I think it was more than 9.
So, since everybody has to kind of get up early tomorrow, does anybody else have any questions for Helena before I cut this off? Going once, going twice.
No, waiting.
Oh, no. Nerf said we're good. Did you see the picture I sent on your post? 13 Spirits Paranormal.
Oh
I've seen the
yeah, I
picture.
did. Um, I'm going to send you a private message about it, or send me a message because I'm gonna forget. You know, so just message me and I'll see it tomorrow.
Matt said he wants to buy your ticket. Go for it, dude. Go for it.
What now?
Uh, don't worry
Oh,
about
well,
it.
never mind.
This between me and him. This between me and him. This has nothing to do with you. Let me see here. Finland has 5,565,237 people as of today.
I thought it's more than
I think
that.
we got more
Uh-huh.
than that in Detroit. Wow.
Crazy.
But all right, guys and gals, I want to thank everybody for coming in here and hanging out with us for the last hour and 47 minutes. And especially you, my dear sweet friend. Thanks for coming and hanging out and talking to us, even though there was a lot of stuff
Thank
you
you for
couldn't
having me.
say. Anytime. Anytime. I know we've only had a chance to meet once, but hopefully we can fix that sometime in the near future and hang out and do an
Definitely.
investigation or two again together. So, but like I said, guys and gals, thanks so much for coming in. Hey, Chris, good to see you, my friend. Sorry we're getting ready to piddle out the door here. Debbie, good to see you.
Oh,
Um,
hi, Debbie.
we'll next Friday night there will not be a Ghost to Ghost PM. I will be doing security at the Niles, Michigan Ren Fair. I do it every year. That's my no sleep weekend because I have to do security day and night. I'm the only security officer there. But the next week, and I do not have the date right here handy, but the following Friday night, we have got Brian Lafferty as our guest. He is the guy who organized and is running the global ghost hunt.
Oh.
So, paranormal investigator, very knowledgeable dude, been doing it for a long time. Organized global ghost hunt. So he has teams from all over the world going out doing investigations, posting the videos, and showing them off. So you might want to write that down in your calendar. And he's also known as Huntophobia. You got him. But that's it for tonight, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. As always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God loves you. We do. We'll catch you out there.